WTF!
Well, would you look at this? We're in a lovely, lovely, lovely studio, isn't this fancy, eh? I am the monster among... Hang on, no, they were saying that a hell of a lot last night, so it's on the brain quite a bit. I'm Ross from Cultaholic.com. You are my sexual wank pheasants, and it's time for all of the WTF moments from last night's WWE Raw. Stephanie McMahon, as Triple H said way back in the day, is a no-good lying bitch. She told Kurt Angle in an absolutely painful promo that she wanted total annihilation at Survivor Series, and she didn't get it. SmackDown weren't bare matches. They eliminated 3 of Team Raw in the main event, yet Kurt Angle is keeping his job apparently when she put us through a painful promo where she said that he would lose his job if she didn't get total annihilation. That means, of course, that we didn't actually have to sit through yet another long and boring and pointless hour of Stephanie McMahon emasculating another superstar for absolutely no benefit of the entire show, just for her benefit. Time will never, ever get back. Next up, we have Michael Cole in the moment. He said that Raw absolutely decimated SmackDown, then immediately followed that up by saying it was tied 3 apiece heading into the final match. This would be like Usain Bolt claiming he won the 100-meter sprint by an actual mile when it actually went down to a photo finish. It seems that the script writers who wrote that script for Michael Cole do not know what decimated means, which is quite ironic when you think about it, because I bet at least 99% of the superstars on Raw and SmackDown wish the writing teams would be absolutely decimated themselves, killed right in the face. Well, I'm sorry to burst his bubble, do you get it? But how did the green bastard, who was from parts unknown by the way, get his sign past security and onto the show? Surely a sign with all that would be prime fodder for security to take it away and rip it up and piss on it and do whatever they do with signs they confiscate. I suppose though the green bastard being at a WWE event makes complete sense since he likes kitties, Natalya likes kitties, and he likes getting high. Roman Reigns loves getting high. Was anybody out Raw last night? Did they do a fire drill during the Samoa Joe, your boy Finn Balor match? Did Joe Guff causing the entire front row to evacuate the scene? Who knows? There was nobody there though. What was going on there? Answer the postcard, please. So it turns out that when Samoa Joe locks in the old Coquita clutch and blood stops going to your head and you're getting put to sleep, what you see is babies. How else do you explain your boy Finn Balor going while Samoa Joe was locking in a move? Because as we all know, babies love that sort of ting. One of them told me down the road while I was having a quiet pint, I was just sat there minding my own business, and one of them rocked up to the bar and said to me, "You know what I like, fella?" I said, "What?" He said, "I like grown men going on me stomach," and I thought, that's nice. So this here has taken over the full screen, yet Michael Cole gets on his little commentary microphone and says, "Do you know who knows about main event in WrestleMania?" Dramatic ellipsis. Is the big dog Roman Reigns, while The Miz is full screen. Now we can't help but feel sorry for The Miz here. He main evented WrestleMania before Roman Reigns was even born, or at least by the time that Roman Reigns was suckling on his mother's teat, like all little doggies do. Mother's teat. Sorry Dana pal, but the only holes in Asuka's game are a lug holes, a mouth hole, and a belly button hole. Who the hell wrote that promo for Dana Brooke? You couldn't have made Dana Brooke look like much more of an idiot if you tried. Why she telling somebody that hasn't lost for over 2 years that she has holes in her game when her entire career is disappearing into a massive black hole itself? Tea time. Somebody should probably tell Booker T that shouting Ichiban #1 with a bit of an accent is all kinds of wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Somebody should tell him that immediately. In fact, no, somebody shouldn't tell him that. He should just know it's wrong without anybody have to tell him a thing. Made a grave mistake, Corey. I'm a journalist, I'm impartial, Booker said Corey Graves, who at Survivor Series proved himself to be as impartial as a parcel with a bomb in it sent from one rival to another. That's easy to say. As we all heard at Survivor Series, Corey Graves forgot he wasn't just representing Raw for large periods on Sunday, as Michael Cole had to remind him time and time again that he's representing both sides, the absolute grade 1 numpty. Next up we have The Shield. In the moment they claimed that The Miz's awesome chants heard last night in Houston are a world first and they haven't been heard anywhere else is absolute bollocks. Lads, just go back and watch WrestleMania 33. While The Miz and Maurice taking on John Cena and Nikki Bella, they're all over the shop. Who cares anyway? Those chants aren't what they used to be. They're nothing to gloat about these days. They're out so much these days that they don't really mean anything at all. Just, ask the Miz from a few months ago when he said exactly that. There's nothing else to say. A total eclipse of the teeth. That's right, Kevin Dunn, donut, leaning, total eclipse, Miz not happy. So according to Maggle Cole, the last time that Braun Strowman was in action, this happened. One question, where on earth was Maggle Cole during the entirety of Survivor Series? We all heard him having his commentator's orgy with 4 other grown men behind the desk at Survivor Series, but it turns out that while Michael's body was there, his mind clearly wasn't. I mean, this brings up a deeper point, doesn't it? Some people have said that Michael's mind hasn't been in WWE since John left. Tea time. This time we have Booker T calling Dean Ambrose the master of pain. Hey, that's got my big end in a tingling because I can sense some gimmick infringements. As we all know, before he was The Undertaker, an actual dead man with a mortician for a father, The Undertaker was known as the master of pain. He killed 2 men and spent 5 years in the clink. I guess then, by that deduction, Dean Ambrose likes his men like The Undertaker likes the squirrels on his plate. Dead. This WTF moment is late, as Sam the Shredder Driver has just pointed out to me. Dean Ambrose cannot be the master of pain because he's the master of something else. Dramatic ellipsis. Titties. As you all remember, there was once upon a time when Dean Ambrose came out with the words Titty Master emblazoned across his fists. Who knows what that could mean? So here's a direct quote from Maggle Cole from last night's episode of WWE Raw. I say ow when I bump my funny bone. What the? Even with a funny bone, Maggle, you've still got no sense of humour, you grade 1 numpty. Oh, I love him. Tea time. So by the time the Shield were taken on Cesaro and Sheamus about halfway through last night's episode of Raw, Booker T claimed that Survivor Series was merely a few hours ago. Try a day, pal. 1 full day. That's right, by the time that Cesaro and Sheamus and the Shield had got out the ring, finished all their grapples on the night, they'd had a full day to recover by the time they were back in the ring on last night's Raw. And by the way, Booker, a day is 24 hours, not just a few, 24. Paige is back for the first time since June of 2016. You can just tell when she got on the stage there, inside her mind she was all like, Charlotte, I'm back. And she wasn't alone. She brought NXT's Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville with her. So hang on a second, we've got Paige, Mandy and Sonya. PMS. Oh my God. PMS are back in WWE. Vince Russo is back on the creative team and he still finds premenstrual syndrome very funny indeed. Oh. And the worst thing about all of this is Paige could have avoided this by picking 2 ladies who are way above the pecking order than Sonya and Mandy ever have been during their time in NXT. Sonya and Mandy haven't really been seen on NXT, but who has? The iconic duo of Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. Why didn't she pick those 2? You've made a massive whoopsie, Paige. Dun 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 dun. Tea time. This time that idiot Booker T claiming that Jason Jordan is Braun Strowman's toughest opponent when Braun Strowman in recent months has faced the likes of Lesnar, Reigns, Ambrose, Joe, Ellsworth, and then he has the gall to say that Jason Jordan has an incredible pedigree after spending the last few months moaning that all Jason Jordan's success is coming about because of who his dad is. Kane's back. I guess that's a WTF moment considering last week we saw Kane power slammed all the way to hell. That's all the way to hell, all the way down to hell, not just through the ring onto some padding, all the way down to hell. I guess it's a WTF moment that Kane's back in 7 days looking spick and span considering he's been down all the way to hell. You're a day late, lad. Survivor Series and big tag matches was on Sunday, you grade 1 numpties. Anyway, we had 2 lines of 2 men. Yes, that's right, 2 men on each side because in WWE, cruiserweights only count as half a man. They stand off, they insult each other, then they brawl, and Maggle Cole claims he didn't see it. Maggle Cole, who has watched 20 long years of standoffs, insults and brawls and impromptu tag matches, yet he still didn't expect that. And the worst part of it is, Booker T, of all people, called him out on his error. If Booker T is calling you out for errors, Michael, just go home, lock yourself in your room, dip your testicles in an ice cold glass of water, and sort yourself out. Why the hell am I talking about that? Tea time. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Spanish. Mere seconds after The Miz was seen going to Kurt Angle and trying to cancel his Intercontinental Championship defense against Roman Reigns, Booker T claimed that he wasn't running, he wasn't scared. Come on, man. Booker, man, in terms of running, The Miz was going like bloody Forrest Gump, which in terms of your eyesight is too quick for your eyes to see, as you clearly missed that part and made yourself look like a grade 1 numpty once again. Roman Reigns winning the Intercontinental Championship isn't really a WTF moment. I mean, it's Roman Reigns beating The Miz on an episode of Raw. It's expected, isn't it? The WTF moment here is the fact that Roman actually looked overjoyed at winning his secondary title. Cast your minds back a few months, maybe even a year, who cares? And the night that Roman Reigns won the United States Championship, you would have thought that his mother just took a massive steaming dump in his soup and then expected him to eat it all the same. He treated that title as if it was a demotion. He carried it over his shoulder like it was a sack of spuds. Yet last night, a secondary title on the same level as the United States Championship, he looked like he just won an Oscar. So yeah, Roman, more of that. Please don't treat it like it was a demotion. And that is it for all the WTF moments from what was a pretty episode of Monday Night Raw with a big title change. But nah, all the same, 22 moments, isn't that a lovely number? Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at RossOnWrestling, but more importantly, please give whatever you can to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Cultaholic, and more importantly than that, I guess, join us